Every town has a version of what we are in the swag shop. And I stand to you today, not just as a rapper, but as co-owner with Shay Linder of the swag shop. Every community has one. It could be your corner store. It could be your barber shop. It could be a beauty shop. It could be the welders. It could be the union hall. But I want you guys to invest in those places. And that investment is beyond money. That investment is in time. I want you guys to invest in protecting your entrepreneurs in your community by using them. If you need a tree cut down, call your cousin till you find the right tree cutter and give that tree cutter your business. If you need a plumber, find a plumber that looks like you, that is dignified and has decency and respect, and give that plumber your dollar. When you need your cable installed, your tire changed, it is time that we return to the principles of Booker T and cast our bucket where we are. It is time we make our own bricks and build our own business and cultivate our own community, because nobody gonna love on you like you are. Nobody's gonna love you like you. And the way you ultimately show love is to spend some money with the people you love, that money might turn. Ultimately, the way you show love is barter with people who look like you. Man, I cut your grass. Man, I help you fix that window. So you both save money. Ultimately, you love by sharing advice. Man, I know you don't know much about the stock market, but this is what my job says, according to 501c3, 401ks. You might need to do that. Hey, there's a property we can all go in, young men in particular. Stop chasing girls so young. If you don't find one you like and ain't ready to settle down, I don't suggest you settle down really till you're 30. Find yourself something to buy together. Live in that thing together and find something else to buy together. Rent out that thing as you buy and then repeat process over and over and over. And I don't want you to hear what you think ain't possible, because I'm just telling you what my Korean friends do and what my East Indian friends do and what my Mexican friends do. And if you really want an extreme, go on YouTube and look at the Amish. They don't mess with nobody. They don't even drive cars. And they ain't begging from nobody. They're wearing their funny hats. If they need to move a barn, 100 of them get together, pick the barn up, move the barn. Everything you need, God has already given you. The day after slavery ended, the work and toil that you put forth in a cotton field became valuable. And they had to pay you. Before slavery ended, if you was off on Sunday, you got an opportunity to say to your master, hey, master, I'm off Sunday. That poor white man with the farm down the street, he need an extra set of hands. I made an arrangement. I'll give you 40 cents on the dollar. Let me keep 60. And this is, we're going to do it. You've already mastered capitalism. You practice a compassionate form of capitalism that, like my grandfather say, if I catch 50 fish, I'm going to make sure that the people who are legacy residents in this neighborhood get 25. We'll keep 25 for these children we get in this house. But these other 25, Miss Ruby ain't going to have to eat cat food or dog food or a can of tuna. She going to eat fresh fish out of West Point because we got it and we're her neighbors. I'm tired of black folks thinking we can't when we already have done it time and time and time and time again. My high school principal, Dr. Hill, told me the reason I invited this man to receive his award with me. Oh man, after he let me out of in-school suspension, and he put me on a few Saturday work details too. He brought me in his office after he had made me stand next up to him at lunch, and my friends didn't mess with me no more. During school hours, after school hours, we wild as hell, child. He said, Micah, because he was country like my grandma, he wasn't Michael, it was Micah. Micah, you know I'll never be a doctor. I'll never be a lawyer. I'll never be an engineer, any of those things. I'm simply an educator. But I'm going to be all those things through you. I'm going to be all those things through the children that walk down these halls. Oh man, I tear up thinking about it, because as he's older and his health is diminishing, his daughter, who's now a principal, calls me and says, Every time Daddy sees you on TV, he just smiles and says, "That's my boy." That's I knew he had it in him. And I leaned over and I hugged him and I thanked him before we received the award. I said, "I don't know what you saw in me, old man, but I appreciate you." He said, "It was always in you. I just could see a little further down the road than you." Oh man, I want to tell the students at Tuskegee University, it's already in you. So a lot of times when you're being encouraged or challenged, it's because the people with a little more gray hair just see a little further down the road than you. They see past the gate and around the corner and down the quarter-mile driveway of Blackman Farm and that little bitty yellow and white house that my great-grandparents had that we've kept. They just saw a little further down the road. So they never sold their land. They never sold themselves out. They never cheapened us. They encouraged us. They encouraged my grandmother to be the best student she could be. So she could have all her sisters and brothers that once they moved to Atlanta, stay with her rent-free while they saved money for a house. And they didn't have to live in the projects. They didn't have to live in an apartment. They could go directly into home ownership because she could see a little further down the road than them. I need you to see a little further down the road when we're talking to these children. I need these children to see a little further down the road because it's been a long walk. But if you want to go somewhere fast, says an African proverb, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go as a collective. See a little further down the road. Booker T. Washington saw further down the road. George Washington Carver saw further down the road. Benjamin E. Mays saw further down the road. So no matter what they think of us now, the people who were in bondage saw further down the road. No matter what tyrant holds office now, have the ability to see further down the road than the tyranny that's on you now. Because the tyranny of then, George Wallace was so anti-black, and then he got shot and seen Jesus. And he probably saw a black man. Not only did it change his life, he had more blacks in his cabinet than any governor before or after, because that bullet made his ass see further down the road. I want you guys to know that the seeds you're planting here are going to grow trees that are going to provide shade for people that you will never see. I don't know what Christ said, or I know what he said because they put it in the Bible, but I don't know what he thought or what he saw when he was up there sacrificing his life that may have life more abundantly, but I know he saw further down the road. And I challenge you to be like Christ today. To be willing to say, I will sacrifice myself for a greater outcome for us all. I challenge you today to see further down the road, to give a child some encouragement. I challenge you as a child to see further down the road, young people, and help a young person behind you. I challenge you to plant a seed in a mighty oak tree that will grow and provide shade for people you don't even know. Because you as a strong individual, married with another strong individual and another strong individual, you get to braid that and you create an unbreakable braid. You create a chain that cannot be broken because every link is strong. We get to go farther because we together. That's my challenge for you today. We've accepted this challenge many times, and we have made this republic for all people a better republic because of. If you guys, Frederick Douglass said at the time that black men got the right to vote, that everyone should have the right to vote. Black, white, man, woman. He saw further down the road. He saw 100 years further in this country. It took 100 years for them folks to catch up to his thinking. But he had understood because he understood oppression. Our teachers have already taught us enough. You don't have to run around looking for new age gurus trying to charge you some money to tell you something you already know. You've already been taught by Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Noble Drew Ali, Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes, Conte Cullen. Your organizations like SNCC, like MOVE, like SCLC, NAACP, NOI, have already taught you. Your universities, whether it be Hampton or Tuskegee or Morehouse or Spelman or FAM, NC, all of these have already taught us what we need. Plant the seed that will grow the tree that will take care of people you will never see. Plant the seed that will grow a tree that will provide shade for people you will never see. That's your duty. That is our challenge, to know I might not know where I'm going, but I know God is directing me. I might not know my purpose, but I know God has a purpose for me. I feel it in me. And stop looking for God outside of yourself. You want to see God, get up and look in the mirror every morning, because that's where it lives, inside of you. That's where you'll find God. Visualize before you go to sleep at night, you're succeeding. Visualize overcoming obstacles. Think of your hometown. What's your barbershop? What place is there that we gather? Where are the tree planters at? And how can you be with them? This is not just a speech about Atlanta, not just a speech about the Blackman family in Tuskegee, Alabama. Shorter. It is a speech about us as individuals. It is a speech about how those individuals grow to become a stronger collective. And instead of going somewhere fast, we're going to stick together and go far. My name is Michael Render. I want to appreciate your time today. I want to tell you that every city has its own heartbeat, its own culture, and its own challenges. So I want you guys to create the perfect jacket for Tuskegee and to wear that jacket proudly, because I like bragging on my people. I like saying, man, you see what they folks doing out in Tuskegee? We could do that in Atlanta. If we stick together, we do better. I like reading articles about you young people and being able to send those articles around to my friends to counter the BS and bad news that we get on a daily basis. We get fed. You can keep a dog on a leash so long that when it's let off, it don't even know it's off the leash. I'm tired of us living like dogs, obedient to cruel masters, waiting for other people to feed us, dependent upon others. I'd rather move like a pack of wolves together in a single direction, taking care of one another. We have an opportunity to do that, warriors. The blueprint is simple. Honor your culture, invest in your people, and turn your personal wins into collective power. My name is Michael Render. I appreciate your time today, and I love and respect y'all immensely. Thank you.